Today we are testing the new BEAUphoria collection from LA Girl. I thought this collection looked really cute. I've tried some things from LA Girl, not a ton. I like their lip products that I have, but I'm not as big of a fan as some of their eyeshadow formulas or their single shadow formulas. But the collection looks really cute, so I wanted to get it. I wanted to sit down and try it with you guys. It's not an expensive collection, so I felt pretty good about testing it. Some of the stuff looked like it was pretty good quality. That is what we're gonna do. I am testing a new foundation. It's also from the drugstore. It's the Revlon Color Stay Full Cover Foundation. This one is a fully matte finish, but it is in the shade Ivory, and it is a true ivory shade. And I'm looking in the camera and I look massively pasty. It matches my actual skin tone, or like the shade of my neck, pretty well, but I usually go up a shade, so it's looking a little bit extra pale. So good thing we have some bronzer. Maybe we'll start with that. Let me show you guys the entire collection and then we'll go into applying it. So I guess we'll start with the bronzer. This is called the Glow in Glamour, and it's two-toned, so it comes with two different shades in it, which is nice for a single product, that they didn't just come out with one single shade. They do come out with a single shade in the highlighter, and I will show you guys that next. This is called the Dazzle in Days, and it's supposed to be an iridescent highlighter. It looks like it's kind of shifty, but it's also pink and marbleized, maybe marbleized with pearl. The collection also came with an eyeshadow palette. This one's called Gaze and Amaze, and it's actually meant for face and eyes. It's a universal palette, so I figured we could use this shade right here for the blush, since this doesn't come with blush, and I almost think that's what they intended, because this is a larger pan. The way that this is set up, this is the biggest one, so I think they meant to make this a blush shade, even though that's the only one that comes in the collection. But also the shimmer formula and the shimmer shades look pretty good in this, and I like that it's a more neutral but pinky toned palette. But they also do come with some like deeper matte shades down here at the bottom, so for deeper skin tones this could also work pretty well. And then it comes with these 3 glitter shades. These are called Glitz and Glitters, and they're also for face and body. We're definitely going to use these as toppers on the eyes today, because I wouldn't use glitter like anywhere else on me. Like I told you guys, I have not been a fan of their singles. I've tried one, not my favorite. I've tried one LA Girl eyeshadow palette, also not my favorite formula. I think the mattes I liked a little bit better than I liked the shimmer formula. I feel like maybe I'm a little bit more hard to impress in that area, so I'm hoping this is better quality. These shimmers do look really nice. For example, like this one in the corner, I don't know, maybe even a highlighter, but this one is also very pretty. And then finally they come with a lip gloss set. This is the 3-piece sparkly lip gloss set, and it's called Smile in Sparkles. 3 different shades. I think LA Girl's products that I've tested, their lip products have to be my favorite. Also wanted to mention the prices on all of these things. So I bought the whole set for $60.95 from Ulta. The Lustrous Bronzer retails for $9.99, and it's the Glow in Glamour. I think those are technically like what the shades are. And I told you guys it's two-toned, so half of it is a lighter shade and the other half is a deeper shade. Of course, that's not super inclusive. You don't have anything in between, so it's basically like it works for the lightest of skin tones and then maybe the deepest of skin tones. Obviously I'm gonna go for the lightest shade, or the lighter side. I'm having trouble discerning whether they're like warm tones or not. I think they both have a little bit of warmth, but it's not coming from orange pigmentation. It looks like it's coming from more red pigmentation. I think this one might be a little bit dark for me, but we're gonna try it anyway. Okay, it's more of a buildable formula. It's not super pigmented right away, which I'm kind of liking these days. I'm actually not loving very warm bronzers at all anymore, where I feel like I used to be a lot in like previous years. Now I don't know, I almost don't even want to wear bronzer anymore, because I just feel like it clashes with the blush so often. That's actually really pretty. Like a true buildable formula that's not overly warm. I don't know if that's going to end up being a standout product for me. I don't know that this is going to be a bronzer that I necessarily remember. The more that I wear it, I'll be able to tell. It's got decent pigmentation once you build it up. Honestly, not a bad shade. I am interested to see how I end up feeling about this, and like whether or not this is one that I could just easily live without, or it's going to be one that I remember to reach for. I want to go into the eyeshadow palette next, because I want to grab that one shade in the corner that looked like a blush. Whoa, you guys, this packaging is heavy. It is hefty. It is a thick plastic, and it's weighted. Whoo! That is the best LA Girl packaging I've ever felt. The shelf life on this is 12 months. This one retails for $14.99, obviously the most expensive thing in the collection. Man, this is thick. Can you guys hear that? This is not breaking on you. This is not cheap drugstore. This is, they actually probably put some money into this. All right, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. So I'm looking at the back, and this is actually a blush meant for face. And that one in the corner that I showed you guys that looks like a highlighter is actually a highlighter. So technically, the collection then comes with one more champagne-y highlighter, and then the full-size one that's pink. Pinkish, I guess. Okay, that's not bad. They saved themselves some coin by doing that, didn't they? It definitely will be a blush that I reach into when I'm using this eyeshadow palette, but like, the blush formula on its own, I'm probably not gonna reach for it just by itself outside of using the palette. Oh my goodness. Why is that so darn airbrushing and pretty? Whew. I don't think these have any real shades. I mean, this is a lighter blush, so I feel like it's only gonna work on lighter skin tones. And there's nothing else in here that you could really use as a blush for deeper skin tones, unfortunately. Let me swatch this blush for you guys. Here's what it looks like. I mean, the formula is very, very nice, and it's very, very smooth. I'm gonna leave the palette alone for a second, and then we'll apply the highlighter, and then we'll do our eyes. Here's the highlighter. The shade is Dazzle and Daze. Let's swatch this. This is a really powdery formula. I don't like the way this feels. It's not overly soft. Well, it's definitely nice and soft on the swatch, but it feels super chalky when I was swatching it. That's what I mean by it's not overly soft. It has good light reflection though. It's actually interesting. Do you guys see like how just wet my skin looks? And how smooth? Even though it was a more powdery kind of chalky formula, once you rub it in, there's no texture to it at all. It's completely smooth and it's like wet looking. There's no sparkles. Or if there are sparkles, they're so small and fine that it looks wet. Why am I blown away by this? I don't know. I mean, this is a good thing. Interesting shade, really. You guys, like, whoo, I'm being attacked by so much chalk. It's a very, very powdery formula. Can you guys like see me just tapping in there? Whoop. You're gonna wanna tap off. Oh, it's all over the table. Wow, it's really powdery. But I'm gonna have to assure my husband it's highlighter up here. I'm just kidding. Okay, that's actually really, really wet looking. I want to look up close to see, like, do those look just like refined glitter? Actually, no, it looks pretty darn smooth. The only thing is because it's so chalky, it's like, it's gonna fade off fast. It's gonna get picked up by my hand or something else. But wow, that's camera ready. That's that kind of punchy. Wow, you guys. I don't love the formula, but I love the effect of it. I clearly went heavy on this. You honestly don't need a lot when you're applying it. So if you guys don't like a punchy highlighter, you're gonna wanna go in really, really light-handed. I almost feel like you maybe wanna just stamp this in a little bit because I think it'll transfer. I think it sits on the skin. That's the only thing about it. All right, now I'm gonna swatch this highlighter for you guys in the corner just so you can see. Okay. This is for a deeper skin tone. I feel like someone with a lighter skin tone could get away with it, but that's definitely a deeper shade that I feel like a deeper skin tone could use and enjoy. Like something that they actually might reach for. The collection is actually getting a little bit more versatile as we carry on. The only thing that I don't see working for a deeper skin tone, again, you guys, is that blush. And I told you, I really like the fact that there are more mauve-y tones in here, and you can even use this as a blush even though it's a pretty similar color to this. And then neutrals. So you have a little bit of cool tones and then a little bit of warm tones, because this is an extremely warm tone shade that if you used it all over, you'd get a pretty predominantly warm toned look. I'm just liking this collection overall. I don't know if it's going to be something that, like I told you guys, I end up reaching for constantly. What I can say though is that if the quality of this is really good, totally see myself traveling with this. Blush, highlighter, eyeshadows. Shimmer formula has to be good though. I do want to swatch the rest of these shades for you guys. I think that would be nice. Here is the first one in the corner. It's just a lighter shimmer. This one's almost like a topper, except it has like a yellow pigmentation in it. My kind of shimmer. I love ones with yellow. We might reach into that one. There's that semi-warm toned pink matte. one's nice. This one, I don't know if it's a decent shade for me at all because shades like this don't usually show up. Oh no, that's a lot more warm toned peach than I thought it was going to be. I'll just go ahead and swatch this other highlighter again. Might as well, because you can use that as a shimmer on the eyes. It's not swatching bad. This is one of my favorite looking shimmers in the pan. This kind of looks like a topper though, doesn't it? Yeah, it's basically a lighter shimmer and or a topper. Some of these pan sizes for the shimmers are a little bit annoying because I have trouble getting my finger into it. There's that deeper purple shimmer. I wonder how deep you could go with this palette. Here's the copper tone shimmer. It actually, this shimmer formula feels so much better than their larger palettes that I've tried. I'm not disliking this at all. Here's this warm toned matte. Wow, you can get really warm toned with this palette. There are a couple of shades in here that'll take you to a warm toned fall look. I'm swatching the blush again. I really do enjoy that blush formula. All right, this is, I don't know, titanium shimmer. It's honestly really pretty. It has like a terracotta slash purplish taupey base, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to describe. Here's the deeper brown matte. This is the most dry of all the mattes that I've swatched. Yeah, it's the most dry looking on my swatch. Darn. I don't think that one's really good quality. That one is definitely struggling. It almost even looks a little bit hard panned after swatching it for the first time. Here's a really, really deep shimmer. You could build in the outer corner with this one though. So there's a full color story. If the pigmentation is good, these are shades I wear all the time. So it's not half bad. It's obviously more kind of neutrally mauve-y colors. I've pretty much decided what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna do one like pinky peach look just because my shirt, the blush, I want to match the blush a little bit. I'm gonna go in this shade right here, which is what they call B. And I'm actually gonna take this more shimmery one in D out here in the outer corner. I'm gonna try and take C over here on the lid and see how pigmented it is before I end up going into A, because if this doesn't show up very well, I might like mix these two together because that purpley shimmer looks more like a topper. All right, here we go. Okay, as suspected, that purple one is more of a topper. I don't know, it was disappointing me. So I went into that lighter one. This shimmer is actually delightful and buildable. Wow, this one impressed me. I think this is better quality than what I've tried in their larger palettes. Even though I feel like the larger palettes were getting hype because their shimmer formula stepped up. You guys, I think this is a lot better. I didn't do a super complex look, but this is how I would walk out the door to go to work. I think the quality on this was blendable. It didn't diffuse out. It had good pigmentation. They're versatile. It was good. It was really good. I definitely want to go, there's so much fallout on this. I want to go into these glitters and apply them to the eyes, at least swatch them for you guys so you can see the quality, but I want to test one of these, just one of these on the eye. All right, I've unpackaged these face and body glitters. They do not have shade names on them, so I'm just going into the pink one first. Wow, these actually, okay, never mind. They feel really good when you're swatching them. Like they feel like they have enough stick to them that they're gonna swatch out nicely, but then they don't stay together on the swatch. That's usually what I use as like an indicator that they're gonna perform pretty well. I think they might pack on the lid nicely. Oh, that one was much better. Interesting. They're dewy. They're like almost wet inside the pan, which is what made me feel like they would perform really well. This purple one is my favorite. It has teeny tiny like pink glitters in there. Yeah, they're like almost like, this one's like snow. That's what this is. That's how wet this formula feels. All right, let's do this one. Okay. That one's nice. Nicer than I thought it was going to be. Should we use that one? I think we'll go into that one. They're sticking pretty nicely without a glitter glue. Just on top of the shimmer shade. So not bad. Not bad a formula as far as glitters go. I don't think there's like a ton of people that like glitters, but you guys can tell me whether or not you like glitters. I personally do not mind them. I actually think they're pretty darn fun, and I will wear them all the time. I will wear them to work. Like I just don't care. I think they're pretty fun. As long as they're good quality. Let's go into this purple shade, and I'm gonna go kind of out here. We're getting sparkly. That is not half bad. Kinda pretty, not gonna lie. Straight to the lid dry, not bad. Let's move into this Smile and Sparkles. These maybe are a little excessive in the packaging. See how tall this top is? And there's no real purpose to it. It's pretty though. They'll store nicely. They're called holographic lip glosses. These ones actually have shade names on them. These are not bad formulas. I'm swatching them and I can already tell these are not overly sticky. A lot of LA Girl lip products I find are really, really smooth. Still really light. So hopefully you guys can see it. So this was the more white shade or pearl shade. Its shade is called Dreamlike. This one next from the bottom up is Enchanted, and it's the more true pink. And then the one, it's a lighter pink. This one is in the shade Wonder, and it's at the top here. So let's lip swatch all of these. We might as well. Oh my gosh, it's purple. Wow, okay. These are smooth and they smell like vanilla. I love the LA Girl like doe foots. They're usually always small like this, but they have a little bit of give to them, and I just feel like they're really comfortable on the lips. LA Girl just has a really non-sticky lip gloss formula that's really smooth. So this is honestly, if you're into holographic, which if you guys saw my lip product declutter video recently, I'm so into holographic lip glosses at the current moment. So this one is really pretty. This is my most holographic one, even over or even like rivaling the Fenty one, which is like much more expensive, which by the way, I did forget to tell you guys how much the lip glosses cost. I believe they're $9.99. The lip gloss set is $12.99. The eyeshadow palette was $14.99, so it was the most expensive. Both the highlighter and the bronzer were $9.99. The 3-piece glitter set was $12.99. You guys, it's just such a comfortable formula. It literally rivals the Fenty holographic lip gloss. It is limited edition that just came out. I just picked that one up as well. And honestly, it's like even in a similar shade as this one. This one's glitters are a little bit more thick. Again, really soft, non-sticky formula. This one's pretty. Pretty for everyday wear. This one is an Enchanted. I totally forgot to put on mascara, so I just like threw on mascara really quickly. I'm looking at my makeup and I can't tell the difference between like the eyeshadow formula, the blush, the bronzer, the lip glosses that are from LA Girl that all together it's almost a full face for like 65 bucks, including the foundation, from some of my high-end stuff in my collection. That really just goes to show you like we're all out here kind of paying for brand names. Let's go into this last gloss. I feel like I'm most excited about this one in Wonder. I definitely have sparkles all over my face. I think this one's my favorite. It's the most sheer, but it looks more plump. I feel like because of the sparkles, they're purple instead of like kind of a pink gloss. But that was me trying on everything, you guys. I think the lip glosses are good if you're into holographic lip glosses, iridescent lip glosses. I think these are fun. I happen to be, I don't know if that's a weird thing out there that I'm just over here loving holographic lip glosses at this particular point. It's just that I don't like lip plumpers, and I feel like with holographic lip glosses, because you get a little bit of extra dimension from the sparkle, that they tend to make your lips look more full and juicy and plump, and so I like that. So I think these are nice. Again, LA Girl lip formula is one that I'm familiar with, and I actually really do like it. And it's not something that a lot of people talk about because they don't come out with a huge ton of new releases. Still, I think these are good. The packaging is cute too. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a Physicians Formula something something. The eyeshadow palette honestly was decent. Like when I was blending these in, I told you guys they were not over blending. They were decently pigmented. They were blending into each other really nicely. I really enjoyed the color story. I like that it's a face and eye palette, so you can get the blush, you can get a deeper highlighter for deeper skin tones. I don't know, all in all, this was my favorite LA Girl eyeshadow formula that I've ever tried. Plus the packaging is honestly really nice, not flimsy. The glitters are honestly nice too. Like there's nothing wrong with them individually. Will I get a ton of use out of them? No. Are my eyes like majorly sparkly? Totally. I would wear this. I just go to the grocery store like this. Sometimes I feel like I do my eye looks like wild and I go out in public. Again, I put these on completely dry. They had some fallout, but it wasn't terrible. No, they didn't swatch great, but they applied pretty decently. I also like the bronzer. I like the fact that it's two-toned. How many collections have we seen where they've come out with one shade and one shade only, and it's only gonna work for one type of skin tone? Like every drugstore collection ever. I'm not being serious, I'm being facetious, but very, very common. I like that they've come with two different shades in here. I think the highlighter is pretty, but it faded off so fast. So this is one that I would definitely tell you guys, if you didn't want to get the whole collection and you were individually thinking about getting items, skip this. It's chalky. So I'm just rubbing it in now and it's almost like nothing is kind of showing up. This I could see myself easily decluttering. This is just not a favorite formula of mine. Everything else was really nice. And I hope you guys are watching this because, well, either you like me or you were interested in picking up this collection or just like affordable makeup in general. Have you guys picked this up? What did you guys think about the quality of everything? What did you guys think of the glitters? What did you guys think of the palette, the lip glosses? I'd love to hear in the comments below. I am out of here, you guys, but I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.